You have given your notice. You have signed, resigned, and sent in your termination, baby. You've just fired the old you. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Hey everyone, my name is Kim Velez. I am a former trauma therapist, now turned transformational coach, where I help you get to the root so you can actually manifest the life of your fucking dreams and keep it. So I have tried to record this multiple times. So this is obviously a message that I want to get out. Somebody needs to hear this because I usually, sometimes if that happens, I'm like, fuck it, I'll record another day. But I'm like, nope, we're going to do this. So here we are again. I think this is my third or fourth time trying to record this. Forgot to hit the record button. Then something happened and it was, I don't know, all janky and like weird on the screen. But yeah, here we are again, baby. So when you are changing your self-concept, when you are identity shifting, okay, what's happening is you're breaking up with the old you. You're breaking up with the old belief systems, the old stories, the old perspectives, the old way you observe things, your internal reactions, your emotions, and your fucking patterns of behavior. Because the old you, if you feel unworthy and not good enough, you will settle. How do I know this? Because I did it. Every human does it. I seen it as a therapist. I definitely seen it as a coach, and I seen it in my own life. And I'm probably one of the only people on here that actually give you real shit and shares with you in their own lives when they have manifested an experience that is not highly desirable, or they've changed their mind on something, because we're allowed to. Like, we don't have to live in the same house for 50,000 years. We don't have to live in the same town we were born in. We don't have to drive the same car. We can only own one car, and we don't have to want the same things that we don't want. I changed jobs, I've changed careers, I've changed relationships, I've changed where I lived. I mean, I've changed a lot of things in my life because I keep working on me and I keep shifting through the new filter and lens of my new identities. So I'm giving you permission, not that you need it, but in case you need it, you are allowed to change your mind. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. We don't have to want the Rolls Royce that we wanted for 10 years, right? Now we might be like, fuck it, it's not even important to me. We don't have to want the certain dream house that we wanted 10 years ago. Now we might have a different dream house in mind. We change. We're supposed to change. You may not want to be with the same person. You may not want to stay in business with certain people. Like, you may not want to do the same business. We are allowed to change our minds. And if you're not ever changing your mind, then that means you're not growing and evolving. So I would check in with you, because part of our process here, because it's about changing us. It's breaking up with the old us. So when we look at who we've been and where you've been settling in your life, whether it's love, money, all of the above, it's really breaking up with those beliefs, those perspectives, the way you observe your reality, how you act in your reality. What are you doing every day? Because it takes conscious effort. The same way when we first learned how to drive, we did not know, we just couldn't get in the car and whip it around and go. No, we had to tell ourselves, okay, put the seatbelt on, look in the rear view mirror. Oh, which foot's gas? Which foot is brake? What do I do here? Like, we had to consciously tell ourselves these steps and think about them over and over before we did them. And we would make mistakes. And then the more we did it day after day after day, repetition, it got programmed in the subconscious, and now the body follows the mind. We train the mind and body to work together. And when we thought, oh, gotta hit the gas, we taught it, okay, when I think this thought, here's what I do, which foot I use. And that's what we do. Okay, so we've trained ourselves and it's programmed in our subconscious mind. And now there's a program that when we get behind the wheel, this is who we are. This is our identity. Whether you're an aggressive driver, you're a calm driver, whatever, there's so many different labels, right? But you already know what to do without having to consciously think about it. So all of us are walking around on a program that most likely is not one that you've chosen for yourself. Society's chosen it for you. Your parents did, your siblings, somebody else probably chose it for you. Your job, if you want to change this shit, is to not be afraid of it. It's to understand your power, and then you break the fuck up with it if it's not what you want. I broke up with my self-concept and love version of me because I didn't want to be her anymore. So I had to break up with that version of myself. I had to say, I love you. It was nice knowing you, but I am ready for someone new. I am ready. I want this. I want to be this. This is who I want to think about myself. These are all the things I want. And you ain't it, baby. That version of you ain't it. So I'm going to choose the new me. So I broke up with her and I allowed the new me. And now me and the new me in my self concept and love, we got it good, baby. We got it good. Whether I'm single or I'm with someone, I'm good because I did the work on me. And so I broke up with her and I chose someone new, a new reality, a new story of me, new types of men, new different love relationships because I wanted to be someone different, but I had to break up with her. I had to break up with the old money story. And my old money story isn't bad at all. In fact, my old money story is in the top 1% of the world. Okay. But, or maybe US, I don't know, but top 1%. Okay. But I wanted a new reality. So that old self concept version of me, when it came to money, I had to break up with her. I had to choose something different. And this is what we do. So we want to break up with the old reality so that we can create and experience a new reality, right? If I'm holding on to $50 and I'm like, God, but I want 10,000, but I'm not willing to open my hand to receive the 10,000 because I'm too busy hanging on to the $50 and I'm scared that once I open and that $50 flies out of my hand that no more is coming in, well, then I'm not going to get the $10,000 because I'm resistant to it. I'm not allowing myself to receive more. Well, I have to break up with that $50. I have to release it. Love you. Bye-bye. See you later. Thank you. Thank you for everything you brought to my life. And now I'm excited for more, right? So we want to break up with the old version. You want to break up with the old you, the struggling you, the you that doesn't believe in her worth, the you that love is hard for her, the you that, she hates her life every day she wakes up, the you that she feels unfulfilled and dissatisfied. She feels powerless. We're breaking up with her. We're not going to continue to pour into her. We're going to pour into a new version of us that understands what this is about. I always do that. Don't mind my broken thumbnail. We want to pour into that version, the version who knows her worth and value. And so you do that through repetition. When we look at programming the mind, in the beginning, you have to do it consciously. And so I always get to the root. I do subconscious and conscious, but you have to be aware of who you're dominantly being throughout the day. What are your perspectives? How are you acting when you notice 3D? What are your thoughts when you think of 3D? What are your thoughts when you think of SP or new love? What are your thoughts when you think of money? What happens when you spend money? Like all of the above, all the things. What happens when you're around wealthy people? What happens when you walk into a Chanel store? What happens? Because you're going to know, because if you feel out of place, I remember before I manifested the abundance and to easily afford multiple Chanels, I'm like, oh my God, I want it. But I remember the first time I went in Chanel when I felt I couldn't afford it. I felt awkward and out of place. It was not a familiar experience to me. So then when I did the inner work, when I broke up with that version of me, because I said, no, baby, we're going into a reality where luxury is normal. Luxury is mine. It's what I'm used to. It's who I am. I am a luxurious person. I receive luxury. I live in luxury, right? When I made that normal for me, when I went into Chanel, it was so comfortable for me. I bought 3 fucking Chanels in one sitting, And I'm not saying that to brag because honestly, like for those of you that have bought your Chanels when you know you can afford it, right? You didn't go into debt doing it. It's understanding like they don't make you happy. I haven't bought 10 more. I don't need them. I like them. They're beautiful. They're pretty. I don't even really carry a purse with me that much. I still use them, right? But it's just funny. It's like when you become this version that you can get these things easily and effortlessly, you decide sometimes, well, I don't really need them. You understand? It's really more the old version of you that couldn't get them. Now that you can, and it's normalized for you, there's no longer a strong desire, usually with certain things, right? So it's kind of understanding that. But until you get there, because I know I used to hate that shit too when people would be like, when the Chanels don't make you happy, and they don't. The money doesn't make us happy, right? But it's understanding until you get to that level for some people, you're like, fuck you, I want the Chanel. And I get it. I like the reality where if I want the Chanel, it's easy for me to go get it. And if I don't want it, cool, right? But either way, I can easily get it. Like that's the reality I prefer for myself. So you're breaking up with the struggle bus version of you. You're breaking up with the old stories, the old emotions, and the old behaviors. And I want you to start testing this throughout your day because it's really as simple as this. And so many of you make this harder than what it has to be. It's so simple. And I do this regularly for myself because even just like going to Publix, driving to my job, popping into Target, whatever, right? When you're doing the mundane, normal things you typically do daily or weekly, I want you to consciously say, if I had $100 million in the bank, who would I be in Target right now? Watch yourself perk up. If I were in the relationship of my dreams, right? Or whatever your end goal is for you, who would I be right now in Target? Something's going to shift in you and you're going to start to understand, oh, I want to be that version. I want to connect to that version. So I got to keep breaking up with the old version. Well, you break up with the old version by choosing the new you over and over again. The old version settles, the new you doesn't. So we're going to walk and carry ourselves internally and externally in a version of us that knows their worth and value, that knows they're the creator of their reality, and allow themselves to receive their manifestations. And it takes practice and repetition. And I would love to support you on your journey. So if you are ready to dive deep, I have my freebie down there, How to Be the CEO of Your Love Life. It is phenomenal, one of my best freebies ever. There's a guided meditation I made personally, as well as there's journal prompts, plus a fucking workbook, babes, all for free. Yeah, I gave that all away for free. I also have courses, some oldies and some newbies in there. And then I have my signature coaching group program where if you are ready to really have the best year of your life and really commit to your transformation, I would love to support you because it's a phenomenal group. Link is below for that. And if you are interested in coaching, like you want to become a transformational coach like me, or you want to learn how to scale and grow your coaching business, I got your back on that too. I actually have a list that I've created where I already have thousands of you on there because I don't want to spam my regular email list that came to me because of self-concept and love. So if you are interested in learning of when I'm going to be running my soon programs for people who want to be a transformational coach and make money in their online coaching business, I'm going to share all my secrets and tips of what I've learned throughout the years in my therapist career, what really works with people, and my things that I do, the techniques consciously and subconsciously, and just how to effectively coach because I am one of the best out there. I already know that. I was as a therapist too. I get to the root, baby. We don't want superficial shit. We want you to look at your clients. Your clients are going to be having massive transformation. I want your DMs blowing up. You getting emailed every day talking about, oh my God, you've changed my life. Because that's been my experience almost daily, not almost daily. I get some form of feedback, whether they've worked with me or not, of how much I've changed their life. And that's why I'm here. I don't want to be a coach and my people don't get results. That's not what a coach does, right? I'm selfish in the sense that I love to see you win. I love to see you heal and know that you are no longer emotionally suffering. So, if you are feeling called to do that as a transformational coach or you want to become one, I'm going to be teaching you guys what I do. I'm not doing a certification program. I'm just literally going to teach you the ins and outs so I can support the world and the healers that want to help people and just teach them all the beautiful things I've learned over my 15-year career of treating trauma, PTSD. Obviously, as a coach, we're not doing that, but all the tips and techniques of how to get to the root, because that's what matters, right? All the other bullshit doesn't matter. It's getting to the root. And so, anyways, jump on that email list. It's my business coaching email list so that you can stay in the know of all the soon releases that I'm doing for that list. Yeah. All right. So I love you guys. I have so many ways to support you, free, paid, whatever you want. And I have your back. Bye.